Welcome to Mirror's Edge 3, the action-packed platformer of 2021. You start out with a very simple obstacle that just requires a little jump. In this game, the color red and jumping are tied together from the start. The second jump here is a little more difficult, but it's still a safe space. If the player messes up, they can just walk up those ramps and try again. Now, the walls recede and so does the floor. This is no longer a safe space. Here, the player gets a slightly larger platform to take a moment and digest what's ahead of them. 2 keys, 1 door. The door opens and we enter the next section of the game. It's very similar design-wise to the first one, but with a new mechanic, falling platforms. The platforms change color when the player lands on them. Even if they don't know that they end up falling, the player knows that they have some sort of reaction based off their interaction. And notice again how we were introduced to them in a safe space. Now the space is no longer safe, and the player can perform a bit more challenging of a jump if they want to get a coin. As the player rounds the corner, the first thing they see is the door. So now they know whatever they encounter next is tied to that door, which is a culmination of everything they've learned so far. Jumping, keys, falling platforms, and coins. Before, the player would encounter this challenge before they'd see the door, and it ultimately made this challenge feel directionless, like they just had completed this hard feat and now they had no idea where to go. So I made sure the player saw the door first. And once they open this door, we're at the final challenge of the game. A long linear course that almost somewhat feels like a cinematic chase sequence, because there are no safe spaces and therefore the player has to keep moving. Looking back on this, the 3 tiles horizontally, the different obstacles to the left and right, the dodging and weaving, the jumping, I'm realizing I took inspiration from games like Temple Run and Subway Surfer. And finally, you are triumphant and receive your star.